Neyland Stadium.
I'll tell you what, it's a great stadium, great fan base, it's loud. I still remember my freshman year, the 4th and 1 here, and I remember thinking at the time, that is the loudest sound I have ever heard. And this place gets jumpy pretty fast, so I expect it to be a really good atmosphere tonight.
Tim, you broke down the Vols a little bit earlier this year on a preview show, and you mentioned a lot about Josh Dobbs. A lot is on him. Just your thoughts on what you've seen from Josh on and off the field.
I think Josh Dobbs is a really good quarterback, really good football player, really good kid. Obviously, he's incredibly intelligent, but I think to get where this team wants to go, to win an SEC and a national championship, which they have the talent for. They really do. It's not just, I'm not just saying it. It's not just words. I really think they have the talent to compete for the college football playoff and a national championship. But to do that, they're going to have to play so much better in the fourth quarter and in the second half. They're going to learn how to be the aggressor in the second half and in the fourth quarter, rather than just hoping they're going to win. They're going to make themselves win. They're going to find a way to finish at the end. I think as a team they have to do that, as a mentality, as a culture, and then also Joshua being a leader really has to do that. And I think he totally can.
My last question, when you play a team like this, Tim, obviously the Gators rolled some teams like this. How do you approach a game like this versus an SEC?
You have to get out fast. You have to get out fast. The more you leave a team like App State in the game, the more they believe, the more dangerous they are, the better they can play, and the better chance they have of upsetting you. So you have to execute early, you have to get a lead, and then you have to, kind of kick them when they're down a little bit and not let them get back into the game.
Tim, do you see yourself and Josh Dobbs as similar top players?
We're both guys that run and throw and in spread offenses and use the zone forms of sort of a zone read type scheme. I think both of us like it. So yeah, we do certain things similar. Yeah.
How efficient does the downfield passing game have to be to get where they want to be? Is that a key?
I think it's key because listen, their running game is excellent. It will be one of the top running games in the country, I think. But in the teams they have to play this year, Florida, Alabama, whoever they play in the SEC championship, eventually your running game will be stopped. Maybe for a quarter, maybe for two. When it's stopped, do you have the ability to make a big play down the field? Do you have the ability to convert on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 11? And if you're not saying you have to do that every time, but if you have the ability and you can execute to do that 3 or 4 big third downs or big plays down the field, that changes the game and changes the season for you. Tennessee probably being the favorite to win the East. Regardless of what you want to say, it's still a mindset. When you lose 11 in a row, which I think it is, when you lose 11 in a row, those players know that, right? Florida players know that, Tennessee players know that. So the Tennessee players' mindset for the seniors, guess what? They've lost 3 times. Redshirt seniors, they've lost 4 times. So they got to think in their mind, all right, this isn't like last year. This isn't like the last 11 years. This is this year. And they have to find a new culture, a new rhythm, a new way of approaching the game that when it starts going bad, we're not just going to fall into the trap of starting to worry, this is like last year, this is what happened last year. No, it has to be that new culture, that new mentality where that's the past. It doesn't matter. And it really doesn't matter unless you let it matter. And so I think it's really having that mindset, which comes from Jalen Hurd and Joshua Dobbs and Jalen Reeves-Maven, and those guys have to push that mentality on the younger guys. And if they do, they have the talent to beat anybody. And they did last year too. They just couldn't finish it. But they should have beat Oklahoma, they should have beat Tennessee, or they should have beat Alabama, and they should have beat Florida last year.